What's going on, guys? It's your boy Scrub here, back again with another video, And today I'm going to be telling you guys the story of a time I got stalked. Not a pleasant time in my life, okay? A little less pleasant than the time I pushed my grandma down the stairs in her wheelchair, but that's no big deal. Basically, this story takes place a couple months ago. I didn't talk about it at the time because I didn't want them to know that I was aware of their stalkish behavior, because I feel like that would have ended up with me in a body bag at the bottom of the lake, and I'm not trying to die, Anyways, as I was saying, I had a stalker for a little bit. And when I say stalker, I mean somebody basically found out all my private information that I don't tell anybody on the internet and ended up showing up outside my house and knocking on my door. And now that I've moved and I'm kind of on my own, I figured I could finally tell this story so you guys could understand the depths of what happens when you're really a raccoon on the internet. It's rough out here. So one day I was scrolling through Twitter, looking through my mentions as I normally do. I try to look at everybody's tweets that they send my direction and at least like them or let them know that I saw them, because I do appreciate everything you guys do for me. And I saw this person had tweeted at me about 25 times saying follow me, and I figured, I was like, you know what, I press one button and their day's made, so I'll drop a follow on them. They'll be happy, I'll be happy, I'll feel good about myself, everybody wins, I'll pat myself on the back, they'll be happy they got the follow. No one loses in this situation. So I follow them, and almost instantly my inbox starts getting flooded with DMs from them, basically being like, oh, I love you so much, like, I know that we're meant to be together, you're my soulmate, I have no doubt that I'm gonna marry you, all this creepy stuff, And I just followed you on Twitter, I'm not trying to get married, alright? It might have a nice ring to it, but that would imply commitment, and I ain't down for that. So I politely respond and go, haha, nice joke, like, funny, please don't DM me so much, because it kind of blows up my inbox, and I don't like it. Trying my best to be respectful, right? And that's where I went wrong. You see, I should have just left it alone. I should have blocked him right then and there, because the next 2-3 weeks of my life were some of the scariest that I've ever seen. So right when I say, please don't DM me as much, I like my privacy, like, I'm not gonna unfollow you, but please just back off a little bit. They start being like, no, I'm serious, like, I know that we're supposed to be together. And they start dropping information in this chat that there's no way anybody could know. Like, where I went to high school, what elementary school I went to, my childhood best friends that I don't even follow on Instagram or Twitter, just some really weird stuff. Like, only somebody that's done some real deep digging on me would be ever to know. And I'm getting scared at this point, okay? Because anybody that comes in my DMs talking about how God told them that we were supposed to be together and starts knowing all my private information when I don't know them is a pretty intimidating sight to see. And at this point, I'm like, oh, so this is how it ends. I'm gonna wake up one day with this person holding a pillow over my face saying, I can't have you, nobody can, and that's gonna be the end of it. So I do the sensible thing at this point. I send them a DM saying, I really don't like the invasion of privacy, and then I block them. I tried to be nice. All this started with me trying to be a nice guy, and I learned my lesson. Basically, if anyone's nice, you have to punch them in the face immediately so they don't get too comfortable. That's the rules. So I am a little freaked out, but I move on. I'm like, okay, I blocked them. Someone knows my information, whatever. If people find out, they find out. This sucks, but I guess that's my life now. And then somehow it gets worse. I guess this crazy person really just thought me blocking them was me playing hard to get or something, because suddenly I start getting phone calls on my cell phone from this person being like, Scrubby, I need you to call me. It's super important. I need to tell you something. Please call me back. And I'm like, no, it's not happening, because my phone number is not public information. As surprising as it may sound, I don't go to every subscriber I have and be like, by the way, shoot me a text whenever you need something. So somehow this person not only has all this information, they also have my phone number and are calling me and begging me to call them back. So at this point, I'm just about to poop myself. So I block their number and I go to Verizon and I change my number, which was a big hassle, by the way. You know how hard it is to change your number and have to go back through after you've had the number for like 10 years and tell every contact that you updated your number, and you have to go through and change all your account numbers. So thank you for that, crazy stalker person. I really appreciate you making me spend about a week and a half just changing every phone number on every account that I have. You're a real piece of work. I love how I'm getting stalked, and the thing I'm complaining about the most is the fact that I had to change my Xbox account's phone number. So like I said, I changed my phone number, make all my accounts the new phone number, and I'm like, boom, problem solved. Now they can't call me. I blocked them on Twitter. There's nothing else that they could possibly do. And that's when it happens. I was out and about one day, hanging out with some friends. I think I went and got my hair cut. I don't know why that's important to the story, but it was a fresh cut. I did look pretty dapper, not trying to brag or anything. Brag? There's a word. And so I come home and my dad's like, oh, your friend was here looking for you earlier. And I was like, what do you mean? What friend? And he goes, yeah, somebody came to the door and said, hey, is Scrubby here? And I thought it was kind of weird that they call you by your YouTube name, but I told him that you weren't home and that you'd be back later. And I was like, that's odd because no one I know in real life calls me Scrubby. Everybody just calls me Ryan. Even my subscribers call me Ryan a majority of the time. Like, I really don't get called Scrubby very often. So I thought that was a little bizarre, but I go about my day. And then later that night, I get a DM on Instagram and they go, hey, stop by your house today. You weren't home, LOL. Should I come back later? And it's the same username as the person that I blocked on Twitter after they called me and stalked me and said we were supposed to be together. So at this point, I'm like, oh, I'm 100% going to die. This crazy stalker person not only is calling me, finding out this information, knows my address, shows up to my house. This is the type of crazy that you see in the movies. This is not supposed to happen to me. And I wasn't even a huge YouTuber at the time. I think I only had like, what, 200,000 subscribers 2 months ago? So it was not the situation I was expecting. And I'm sure you're asking, Scrubby, oh wise one, how in the world did you get out of this situation with the crazy stalker lady? Well, I DM'd her back on Instagram. I said, oh yeah, that's not my address anymore. Ha ha, I moved. Gave her an address of a house like 4 streets down, said this is where I live now, and then blocked her on Instagram. So to whoever's house address I gave out, I hope you never got broken into or someone tried to rob your house, because if they did, that's kind of my bad. And I haven't heard from them since, so I'm pretty sure they got the message or moved on or something. But if you are watching this video, please don't contact me again. I really don't want you to show up at my house. That's weird. And yeah, that's the story of the time I got stalked. Not as climactic as some people's stalker stories, but it still was pretty terrifying. Moral of the story, if you find your favorite YouTuber's number, please don't text them and tell them you're soulmates, because you're probably just gonna get blocked and you're gonna get a story time made on you. On that note, guys, that's going to do it for the video. I haven't made a story time in a while. If you want more of these on the second channel, let me know, because I really do miss making them. And yeah, press the like button, comment down below, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I'll see you guys next time with another video. I'm out. Peace.